I will not repeat myself.
Got more than enough fight left in me for you, boy.
I can't believe I actually made 2 minutes of animation in less than 3 weeks. At this point, what excuse does the production team behind Invisibles have? We should be getting animations every single day if I could make it at this rate. But jokes aside, making animations is not an easy task, and I have massive respect for the animators behind Invisibles. With that kind of condition, I don't even think I can make something half as decent as what they are doing. And believe me when I say there is a difference in creating something out of passion and creating something out of necessity. That said, the creation of this fan animation was something that occurred very spontaneously. It wasn't planned. I saw the scene of Thragg calling off Conquest massacre, and I was like, this is a fight scene that I'm sure everybody wanted to watch. And I decided to take up the task and make it into an animation. Now, believe me when I say it's very easy for me to actually copy the Invisibles animated series art style. But I wanted to try something different and wanted to go for a more comic accurate look. During the first fan animation I made of Thragg getting down from his throne room, I got a lot of backlash on that video for my Thragg not resembling Thragg. And hear me out, I want to come out here and defend myself. I used a reference, and if you see the reference I used compared to the animation I actually did in that video, they are actually very similar. In order to start this fan animation, I began by getting reference images from Pinterest, particularly of Conquest because I already had Thragg from my previous fan animation. And after studying the character designs in the comic, I decided to see whether I could replicate it, and this was what I came up with. But in the end, I didn't really adopt these character designs, save for the early phases of the animation. In fact, that character design became problematic because I ended up accidentally adding the scar for Conquest, when at this point in time, he didn't have it. Another character I decided to look at references for was Tula. Turns out in the comic, she isn't as old as she appeared in the animated series. And just like that, within the space of 2 days, I was able to come up with close to 30 seconds of animation. And knowing that the Invisible fans would be interested in watching a battle between Conquest and Thragg, I decided to upload it on my social media platforms. And as expected, I got a lot of likes, but I also got a lot of colorful comments. Now, I really don't care much for the hate comments. I read both the good and the bad comments. It comes with the territory of being a content creator. But I do have a genuine question to ask Invisible fans. What is it with all the hate? You hate on the show, you hate on the fan animation, you hate on the voice actors, and you hate on the people that are trying to improve on the voice acting. So what is the deal with you guys? Anyway, I got a comment that sums up my impression of the backlash I got, and I'm thankful to this person for making the comment. At the end of it all, a creator will create even if you hate, and a hater will hate even if you create, so it doesn't matter, nothing spoiled. The next day came, I thanked my God and got back to work, and decided to make the animatics for the next scenes. Now, this was the point of contemplation. I was wondering whether to make Conquest pose a little bit of a challenge to Thragg, or maybe just have Thragg dominate the entire battle. And the choice was easy for me because it was whichever was easier to animate. Realistically, I think Conquest should pose a little bit of challenge to Thragg, but that will require me making the animation longer, and you all know I'm not getting paid for this, so you get what you get. Side note, someone made fun of me for pronouncing Thragg as Thragg, like in my previous video, so I was wondering, do I actually pronounce it as Thragg? Thragg. I don't know, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Thragg. Either way, I wanted to make the punch Conquest landed on Thragg's face feel impactful, even if it did no damage to Thragg. And the simple way to do that is to show environmental damage. Adding impact frames also helped to sell the idea as well.
You have done well to survive my strikes. Normally, I ought to kill you for your insolence. But that would be close.
With the animatic now done, I quickly proceed to the next phase of the animation, which is making the outlines, as usual. And during this process was where tragedy struck for me. Relax, nobody died, but I lost something important to animation, which was my Stylus pen. That night, I decided to hop onto YouTube and record a YouTube live video for those that are interested in learning animation from me. And just after setting up the video, I placed my Stylus pen on my tablet to start my drawing, and it was unresponsive. So that night, I had to cancel my entire process. It was a bad day for me. I went to bed angry, and when I woke up the next day, my Stylus was still not functioning well. So I had to resort into other means. And by other means, that meant I had to create my own Stylus from scratch. Now, as someone who started animation on a mobile phone before I had enough money to buy a drawing tablet, I couldn't actually draw with my fingers. I knew a lot of people that actually drew with their fingers on mobile phone, but it wasn't for me. So during that era of my animation journey, I had to learn how to create a Stylus. And what you need is you need something that looks like a pen, a cotton wool, and a thin wire, particularly the wire from maybe a hairpiece. Now, the purpose the wire serves is to serve as a conductor. You attach the tip of the wire to the tip of your cotton wool at the tip of your pen, and then you rotate that wire around the body of your pen. So when your hand is touching that wire, your body serves as a conductor to the tip of the cotton wool. Now, for this cotton wool, you also need to immerse it a little bit in water, not too much so that you don't have to stain your screen with water, but just make it damp so that it can conduct electricity. And that way your pen serves as an extension of your fingers. And that way you are able to make a Stylus pen. But honestly, there's an easier method, and that is if you have tinfoil. I didn't have tinfoil at home, so I couldn't use it. You can easily wrap tinfoil around the pen that you wish to use as a conductor. Alternatively, if you have a metallic pen that's already conductive by nature, all you need to do is to figure out a way to add the cotton wool at the tip of the pen, and it already serves as an extension of your fingers. So that's a quick craft you just learned from me. After I was done improvising, I got back to work. You can never underestimate an extremely motivated artist. He will find a way. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't screen record the process of using the makeshift Stylus because it was just really tedious, to be honest. The makeshift Stylus lacked pressure sensitivity, it lacked hotkey functions, it also lacked the most important, which is palm rejection. And any digital artist knows the importance of palm rejection. That really messed up my whole flow because I had to relearn a new way of drawing. I realized thinking I could make do of a makeshift Stylus was a huge mistake because it's one thing to have never experienced using a good pen. It's another to have the experience of using a good pen for years only to go back to using a worse pen. When I started out as an animator, I'd never experienced the peak of enjoying a good stylus. But now that I have enjoyed it, it's hard to actually go back to the past. And so I tried looking for an alternative, but I realized it was just too expensive. And I had to look for a cheaper alternative. So I got one that was really stupid cheap, but turns out I made a huge mistake. I thought I would be able to repurpose it with the knowledge I had and the background I had in making stylus. But in the end, I just ended up abandoning it. And I had to look back to my old stylus and appeal to it the best way possible. Speak to it. We spent a lot of time together. You can't f me up at this moment. Now, I wouldn't advise anyone to do this, but apparently banging my stylus on the ground repeatedly several times causes it to actually start functioning well. Now, the downside is I lost the hotkey functions and I lost the palm rejection functions. But lucky for me, I had bought a cheap digital artist gloves a couple of weeks back, even though I didn't really enjoy using it. I just bought it for the fun of it, just to look more professional. Turns out, God knew this day was coming. So it came in and it was very useful for the issues I had with palm rejection. And just like that, my stylus pen was back, but I've lost the hotkey function. But I'm still grateful that I have it and it's functioning. And it was hectic, but I was able to get back to my animation, apply the shadows, apply the colors, apply the impact frames, apply the dust effect, draw the background, do the voice, editing and everything. And even though I would love to show you the process over and over again, this video is already so long. So that's it, and that's the conclusion of it. Thanks if you watched this far. I really appreciate you. If you are watching this channel for the first time, I'll appreciate a like and a subscribe. And if you want to see more fun animations, this is the channel for you. I'll be dropping it all be short. Thanks for watching and God bless you. Also, do you guys all know that Thragg is one character that is very difficult to get right? Like seriously, after making this animation, I can't even blame the Invisibles team for going for a simpler look to Thragg. That guy is just difficult to get right and accurate to the comics without making him look like Nolan or like a variant of Nolan. But anyway, bye.